Hello everyone, very good evening.
Good evening, sir. Pranam. How are you?
Pranam, I am better, I am good. How are you, Divakarji?
Absolutely fine, sir, with your kind blessings.
Thank you, Divakarji.
My pleasure.
Hi, Cynthia. Hello, Nithila. How are you doing?
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening, Cynthia. So let's see whether how many more joining, otherwise we'll start. So we had a break of few weeks for the last two sessions. So we have covered majority of this thing, how you are trying. Like as of now, you all are trying the strategies, tactics, best opening games or openings. Tell me, have you tried some openings? Have you tried some strategies? Have you used some techniques in your games? I guess you'll be playing a lot of games.
How are you?
Nithila, good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I am good. I'm very good. Cynthia, I said I basically used all of them against my grandma. Okay, that's good.
Sir, I'm trying on this on the leeches
Okay.
happening to me till is level 2. That it says the stockfish level 2.
Stockfish is an engine. It's a very strong engine.
It is a strong engine.
Yeah.
Okay, so on level 2, I score up every time I got by the on level 2. Every time I throw a checkmate, but I don't know. I'm not able to cross level 3.
So what I'll do, Divakarji, like obviously it's like as you go more and more level, yes, we have to think. So though I don't recommend anybody to use engines, but most of the grandmaster, most of the strong players, they use engines for analysis. So in the last session, I mean in this today is Monday. In the last session on Thursday, I'm going to show you engines. What are engine install, how to analyze. But the flip part is we should not play what engine plays. Otherwise, what we are learning. That's why I never talked about engine here. But with engine, you can analyze your moves. You can see what are good, what is bad, how. So I'm going to cover in the last session.
So but there are many options mentioned there. So all those are engines.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stockfish is good.
Engine mean, what basically is the purpose of that engine?
Engine is like to analyze your game, like analysis of your game, like you play this move, how much points you can be ahead or below, what your opponent can play. You can mimic all the moves.
Okay.
I'll show you in the next game.
Yeah.
Next class. But see, 99% of players use engines.
Okay.
But only when they are good in playing and then they start. Because otherwise, it's like you're not playing, computer is playing.
Yeah, computer is playing.
There's no point.
Yeah.
Then there's no fun, right, in chess. So
yeah, but
everybody can use engines, but for analysis, not for directly what engine is saying you play.
No, but if we play like with that engine, though, like no doubt it is a computer. So which game is good for practice with the computer, with any something in the correspondence like that?
No, engine is just like, see, you're not playing against engine. You will use engine to analyze. You will say, okay, you put e4. Your opponent, you move your opponent also e5. Then you analyze key, if I do d4 is good or bad. If I say nf3 is good or bad. I'll tell you, it shows the points there. I use the engine many times. It shows you point, which moves on. It is good to capture the blunders. It will give you what idea. So I'll tell you, it's an analysis. It takes a lot of time. So I'll tell you how to use engines and all. It is like to see which are the good moves, which are the bad moves. It is for that purpose.
Oh, and what I'm doing, I am just playing it with the computer. So I am using in that way only.
As of now, what you're playing on Ledger is game against computer. That is like very good practice, like with life. Even we lose, fine. Even we are not able to win many games, that's fine. But we know, okay, but we have to play with planning. Okay, in first few games, you say you will try all e4 openings. And e4, somebody try e5, then you try martial attack, or you try Berlin defense, or you try. So you go with strategy for 4, 5, 6 games, and then see where, if you're losing, where is the mistake. If you're winning, what good you're doing. So that is the first way to start. So that's why I say LHS, you start first with computer games. And slowly, then you start using the engines also. So engine will cover next class. Today, the focus is now, we talked about openings. We talked about all about what different types of moves and all good and all. Then we talked about strategies and tactics. So today we are going to cover a very specific thing which is called end games. End games strategies. What are end games, Romantika, Aditya? What do you mean by end games? Cynthia.
Is it like the last part of the game?
Last part of the game means end game means like okay, very few pieces left in the board on the board. Like it may be as less as like both the kings and one or two pieces of each. That's it. So that is really the end game. We're going to talk about some end games. Primarily, it's better to learn. Today we're also going to introduce chess with maths. Okay, little bit of maths. So I keep talking, right? Though we have done some maths, like you say, hiddenly, like when we calculate move, when we number the square, when we say files, like it's all maths also. But today we'll do some more specific maths when we start doing these end games. Okay, so note down a lot. I'm going to show you. So when we say end games, as I said, the most popular, I'll not say just more popular, but I'll say the most frequent position in end game is where only the kings are remaining and pawns are remaining. King and pawn, that's it. That popular, that kind of end game position you should master. Okay. First, I'm going to show you my slides. I'm going to tell you my concept. Then I'm going to use either leech or something, and I'll show you the moves. That's all. Okay. I'm going to show you what chess with maths I'm talking about. So let's start with end game. I'm going to show you 2 or 3 very important things. End game strategy. First one. Now I will wait for here. You see this? Now suppose you have only this thing remaining. Can you see how minimal piece it is? Black has only the king, white has king and a pawn. Now tell me, if white has to move, I'm going to give 2 scenarios. One, if white has to move now, then whether white can win or white can lose or black and white can draw. Second, we will talk about if black has to move first, whether black can win, black can draw or black can lose. First, let's talk about everybody and tell me, suppose white has to move. What do you think? White will win, black will win, or will draw? What do you think, guys? White has to move. We are looking at a scenario where white has to move. So tell me, Achintya, tell me, Ishan, what do you think? If everybody play the standard moves, can white win, or can black get a draw, or can black win? I'm not about blunders. Tell me. Anybody want to say? Ishan, Achintya, Divakar, anybody, please come in. What do you
Sir,
think?
though white will try to take the pawn to 8 so that it can get it converted, but black should try for draw because it has like white has only 4 blocks left, black has more blocks, so it cannot cover white
So
pawn.
now we are right, Divakar. So now there are 2 ways of thinking. First of all, can black win? No. Either black can draw it or black can lose. No, black can draw if black manages to stop the pawn. If black somehow manages to stop the pawn, white pawn, to promote it to something, then it can be draw. But if black is not able to stop, then white will win. So there is the maths come. Okay, here is visible. But how we will decide with the maths? Where should the position where you can just directly do maths and say, oh, I can stop or not. You cannot do count move. It's a maths. We'll talk about it. So let's first talk about it. White to move, black not able to reach in time. White can promote pawn to queen, white can win. One scenario is black is not able to reach in time. So if black is not able to reach in time, it means what? It means white will be able to reach here and white will make a queen. One white is a queen, obviously white can win. So white has to move. Now I'll tell you how to calculate this. And that is what your maths come to the picture. in this scenario. Again, I'll take same thing, but see what I'm trying to say. This time black to move. First one I think white to move, right? In this first case, what I said, white to move. So white can win. Black will not able to reach. How will calculate? I'll come to that. Obviously, as Divakar said, white can move 1, 2, 3. Fourth move, white can reach this. Black 1, even goes 1, 2, 3, 4. It cannot. So, if white, but is there any calculation? Is there any maths involved to decide that? It is very simple. And what if black has to move? We'll come to that. What if black has to move? If suppose this is a position and now black has to move first. Can black win? Can white win or to draw? Same position, but this time black has to move. So guys, the rule of thumb is, can black reach in time? What's the method to find? The method to find is chess with maths. This is the method. You know squares in the maths? Perfect squares. The point is, you go here. You count how many places are 1, 2, 3, 4. Count 1, 2, 3, 4. So you make a square of this. This is your square. Agree what I'm saying? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Square always have a equal sides. So from this to here is a square. And now the rule says, if black is able to reach anywhere in the square, black can stop. Means this is the square, right, everybody? So let me show here. This is the square, right? Black was here. If black can reach the square or black can enter the square, black can definitely stop. That is the math. Black was here on F5. If black is able to enter the square, black will definitely able to stop. But if you see here, because it is white's move, this is the square up to here. First white will move here. See, tell me when white moves here, the square will be only this, right or not? Listen very carefully. When there is a white move, white goes here. No, white pawn is here. So how many places remaining now? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The square will be from up to this or not? This is the square.
It is shrinking actually.
It will be this square. If black has to move, can black enter the square in this? No. In the next move, can black enter the square, guys? This is the square. White moved here. I'll show you. White moved here. No, this is the math I'm talking about. The square is this 4 by 4. No, whatever black try, black can reach here, but black cannot enter the square. It means whatever black does, black cannot stop because it's not able to enter the square. So that is the rule. They're able to enter the square or not able to. In this case, because black has to move, black will able to enter the square, black will able to stop. It's all about that. If black can enter the square, it can stop white. So I'll show you the same thing now with on the board. Remember, it is on A4, A5, and
F5.
G2. I'll just open the leeches and we'll do that. Share screen, leeches. Where is my leeches? Okay. Now I'll share the screen. It's a very important thing, the way I am saying that you have to do this. So our position was A4 was this, correct? Then this was what? G2, right? And where was I said? A4, G2 and F5.
5.
F5. Now obviously, if white has to move, so obviously white will move this. Tell me, Achintya, tell me, Ishan, what black will do the best possible? Either black can go here or black can go here, right? Let's say black goes here. White goes here. Black goes here. White goes here. Black can goes here. White make it queen. It could not stop, right? Got it? When white has to move, not possible to stop. Let's try off again. My A4 was there. G2 was there. F5 was there. So because white has to move, and if white, that's why at this time, guys, if suppose, if I say, listen carefully, if I say white has to move, and if white moves the king, it's a bad move, then white cannot win, right? Right, Divakarji?
Yes.
Because at this position, if white does not move pawn, suppose a white say, I will do this, then black say, happy. No, black say, not black move. This is the square now.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the square. Black say, okay, I'll do this. No, white will not do. White does this. Black does this. White does this. Black does this. White does this. Black does this. Now, even if white does this, black will kill and capture and draw. So it's also important what white moves. So what the rule of thumb is, if black is able to enter the square, then black will able to get a draw. That's why, again, let me write A4, G2, F. So if white has to move, if white has to win, white has to do this. At the moment white run this, no, black cannot do it. Everybody agree on this? Ishan, Achintya, I'm not able to hear you, right?
Yes, sir.
But the position was this, and black has to move. Now what happens? This is the starting position, and black has to move. So you'll calculate, guys. You don't have to count manually. You'll calculate 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the square of power or square of. You can say. I forgot the word. What we should call it. Where that enter, black can enter. So this is the square of entry. So if black is able to enter easily, right? Suppose black does this, white will be stopped by black, right? Again, reach, right? Valentine. So what if, now let me put my own position. Say white is here. Say black is here. Say white is here. Tell me whether if white has to move, if white has to move, black can get a draw or black will lose. And this, I want the reason behind it. White has to move.
So black can draw.
Black can draw because say white does, because the calculation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the square of where entering. Black is already in the square. Definitely black can stop. Whatever. So white does this. Black say, okay, I am already ahead. White say this. Black say, I can hear. No, even king cannot do anything, right? King cannot save it all. Whatever white does, black will get. It's a draw. See, black cannot win because black is pawn behind. But if black gets draw, it's a good result.
Now, sir, what will happen? Now both the kings are left. In that case, it is just draw.
Draw by insufficient material.
Okay. Okay. Draw by insufficient material.
Yes. Tell me, white has to move. Can black stop white or not? Tell me, Ishan, I'm not hearing today. What happened? Cynthia, Mithila, white has to move. Can black get a draw or black will lose? Mithila, Suvantika,
The black cannot.
white has to move. So black cannot.
win.
Black cannot win, that is sure. But can black get a draw or black will lose?
No, it couldn't draw either.
It cannot draw because white will definitely move this.
Yeah.
Now, if it is black's move, then you will count 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is the square of influence. Influence, what I say. Square of influence is this. Black cannot enter there, right?
Yeah.
Black can go here. White say, okay, this. Black say, I can go here. White will make it queen. So black cannot.
Win or make a draw.
Black cannot draw also. But if I say this, no, suppose say black has to move. What do you think, guys?
Black can come on B7.
So again we have to count because it's black's move now, so you can count.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the square of influence. So black move, black can easily enter this square, right? With black's turn, black is able to enter the square of influence, so black will able to control. Black will say, I'll do this. White say okay. Black will say okay. White say this. Black say this. Right. Got it. So guys, you will get lot of this situation, pawn and king. You have to count, you have to do some maths of the square influence, whether you can reach or not. Anybody want to tell me any other position of this? We'll do that. Suppose it's here only. Tell me now, white's move. It's white's move. Can black stop white or not? Will be draw or white win? What do you think? Cynthia, what do you think?
So it can stop because actually if we go by that,
First white will go this.
yes,
2 step white will go. So
Yeah.
now black has to move. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the square influence. Black
yes,
can enter here easily. Correct?
yes,
Black say, okay, I'll go here or I'll go. So black say, I'll go here. White say this. Black say, okay. White say this. Black say, okay. White say this. Black say, okay.
okay.
Correct. So we can still do it. It's all.
Because
It's a very good calculation. Yes, you're right.
Cannot go in the 8th line because otherwise pawn will kill the king.
Then we cannot go there. That will be very careful. What happened now? White to move. White to move. White wins or it's draw? This is very important endgame strategy. How you play pawn and king. Tell me anybody. White to move. White wins or white is draw?
I think the white will be stopped.
White can be stopped. Means a draw.
Yeah.
How, Nithila?
If the white moves to
White moves here.
yeah, and the king will move to B8.
7. Correct?
Yeah.
Because on 8 actually pawn will kill the king.
Right. But you are right. But it was here. It was here. It was here. Correct? Acha, what happens? White say, I'll not move the pawn, I'll move this. Then what happens? King comes to picture now. White say, I'll not move pawn, I'll move the king. Now what? What is the best move of black now?
To play on C6.
C6 is here. No. C8 you're saying.
Yeah, sorry, C8.
So that is the move. Now what should white do? Pawn or king? Obviously,
Pawn.
suppose this. What will black do now? Can you tell me? See, black cannot come here. Black cannot come here. Black cannot come here. Black cannot come here. Black has to give way and lose, right? So see the smart, good move here. White has moved the king. King is very important now. So black say, oh, I can't do anything. Black say, this will do. No, ideally white should make it. White should not try to do it. You can do also, but white wins, right? What if I say, yeah, these are very, very important things. White has to move. Now tell me.
Still king.
So where? White does this, suppose. What should black do now? Everybody.
I think he should go to C8.
C8
Hmm.
or C7? Let's try both. Let's try both. First try, let's say C8. What should white do now? White should try to win, black should try to draw.
Yeah.
Shall white move pawn or king?
King.
Obviously, here, right?
Hmm.
What should black do now, Divakarji? What do you think? What black should do?
Black can come, even if we come to B8, it can come to B8.
It can come either to B8 or C7. B8 is better.
Yeah, C7 is open, on D and all are open.
Which is better? B8, suppose?
B8, yes.
No, white cannot do this. It's a suicidal move, right?
Yes.
So, it is this. Now what black should do?
Hmm.
Now if black does this, listen guys, I told you earlier. And if white does this, what happened now? Tell me.
Is it a draw?
It's a stalemate.
Yeah, it's a draw.
Guys, so white should not move the pawn. It's a stalemate, right?
Yes.
Because black cannot come here, black cannot come here, stalemate. So white should not move this pawn, guys. It's very interesting. Okay? It's a very difficult game. So see you in one or two moves itself, we have to be very, very careful. One move we can make it lose or we can make it stalemate. It all depends on us. It was a good move by black to come here, right? See, when there are only one or two pieces, black should try to squeeze itself. That's the rule. Black try to squeeze itself so that you go for stalemate. And what if, suppose say it was here, and say, it was here, right? It was here. White move. Say white moved here. What if black doesn't go here, black comes here? Then what happens? Tell me. No, it's white's move. No, it's white's move.
I think it should take
Move king.
king to A5.
King to A5.
Hmm.
King can go to A5 or B5 or C. C is not good. A5 or B5. Okay, moving king is better or moving pawn is better?
King.
King.
Because if the pawn moves, the king can attack.
See, you know what, guys? If suppose white moves this, black will say, I'll come here. No, or I'll come here. No, king cannot come. White king cannot come, right? So, white should move. So, what should black do?
Stop the last square of the
So,
pawn.
black cannot come here. Black cannot come here. Black cannot come here. Black can go here, 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 here. Black should go here.
Yes.
What should white do?
Play the king.
Where?
A5.
Let's say a5. Now what black will do?
Come in between.
What if black comes here?
Then play to B5.
Then obviously you don't have any other move. You cannot go back. You have to go only here only, right? Now what will black do?
Back there.
Black cannot go
B6.
here. Black can go here or here. Which is better, A8 or B8?
B8.
B8?
I think so.
And the reason for it is?
Sir, is it A8?
Tell me, both of you tell me reasons.
Yeah, A8 is better because it is in the corner and most of the time in the corner there can be a stalemate. So that's why.
So let's say 8. Now, what should white do? Obviously king.
Yeah.
To
Is it okay to king move here or it should move here?
No.
The moment you move here, it's a stalemate again, right? Yes or no?
No, sir.
Not now,
Oh,
but in the
yeah.
next. Yeah,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
now, but it can be. What is better? Can we do this? Chalo, we do it.
Mhm.
Black has to do this. Now white obviously has to do this. Black will say, okay, I will come here if I don't kill. Now what? Now white shall not move here. No. Because black cannot come here. But white should give some position where black can come here. So white should move away. But the moment move away, this is gone. So now what? Again draw.
So
Because you allowed black to come here, it's a draw. Agree?
yeah.
So understood, whenever there is a pawn and king, yes, Davekaji.
Please, sir, continue. Then I will ask the question.
Okay. So whenever there is a pawn and a king, guys, every move is very important. You have to think that you should always think about stalemate. It shouldn't happen. From white perspective, you have to try to win. You have to calculate moves. Okay? Yes. Now, tell me please before I move to second strategy.
Like now in this situation, there were two situations for black. One to go for draw, one to go for stalemate.
Both are same. Both have same result.
Have the same result because points will be distributed equally.
Equally. So both are ideal because black should just get a draw. Black should not lose. That's the only thing. Okay. It's a problem for white because white should avoid stalemate. White should try to win, but black is smart to move to this. So this is very important. This is corner position, very important in the end. Cool. Let's move to the second study, which is very difficult, very complex, but let's see. We talked about this. Black to move. So the rule, understood, this is the square rule. Influence square. If black is able to reach the square, able to enter the square, black will be able to reach it. Now the second thing. Opposition. It's a very interesting, it's a very popular, and guys, you might not have heard this, but you will be elated. When you learn this, you'll say, oh wow, this is the, you will get so many times this position. White winning, black winning or draws. Can you see this? If you don't master, you will not able to get the result you want. See now, this is a very, very, very popular position. It's called opposition. So I'll tell you some very important strategies. If white pawn is between, this is again the maths here. If white pawn is between B and G files, guys. See the white pawn? If white pawn is here or here or here or here or here or here. Or if white pawn is not in the corner files, white can win. That's the maths here. Everybody. If white pawn is anywhere in B to G, white can win. But if white pawn is A or H, white cannot win. It will be draw. Black can anyway not win. Okay. But the rule says if white is from B to G anywhere, white can win if white plays, but it's not easy to win. You have to apply core concepts of endgame. I'll show you that. But first, I'll tell you the rules from the slide, and then I will play out. So, if white pawn is between B and G, then files them. If it is black move, white can win. If it is white move, it's draw. Now you might be thinking, sir, how? But it's draw. If it is black move, then white can win. If it's white move, it will be draw. Again, to get draw is not so easy. Black has to earn the draw. One wrong move, result can change to win of white. But the standard thing is, if black has to move, what I'm trying to say, from this position, black has to move, white can move. From this position, if white has to move, it will be draw. But both the results are, if you play a very, very calculated move, one move wrong, you're gone. So that's understand the theory. Let's first talk about black's move. The only way white can move is black has to give the way, white has to do outflanking. Black gives the way, white has to do outflanking. What is outflanking? See, this black was here, right, guys? Okay, first you note down this, then I'll. How can white move? Black gives the way, white outflank. That's the theory. What is the meaning of this? See, black was here, right? So position. Black gives the way. White goes opposite, outflanks. Guys, this is the most important endgame rule. If black is going this, white has to go other way. You know why? First of all, it should not be the opposite. Secondly, you should give a path for the white pawn to move. The first core concept is black gives the way, white outflanks. Rule number one. Rule number two is, I'll show you next slide, very important. What happens? Okay, this I'll explain you in the board. White pawns shall never be side by side. This is the most common mistake people do, and then they winning game, they make it draw. White pawn shall never be side by side. White pawn shall never be ahead of our king. For example, this is strict no. Ishan, it's very important. Suppose black has moved from here to here, white has given way. If white goes this, they are nearby, right? White cannot win now. Pawn and white cannot be side by side. White king should always be ahead and escort the pawn. That is the only rule. White king should escort from the front position the pawn. It's a theory. And that is the only way you can win. So, right again, white pawn shall never be side by side. You cannot say king and the pawn. Secondly, white pawn shall not go ahead of the king. It should always be one step behind it. So king moves, pawn moves. King moves, pawn moves. That is the only way you can win. White king shall escort pawns from the front always. It's like this. King is ahead of pawn. I'm talking from the row wise. If you maintain this position, then only you can win. The moment white pawn and king are side by side, you cannot win. If pawn goes ahead, you cannot win. Clear the rule, three concepts, we are going to use it. First of all, I was saying, if it is black move, white can win. White move, it's draw. I'll show you. So black move, obviously, tell me from this position, what black can do? Black has to give away, there is no other choice, right? But if black doesn't give the way, black goes here. Guys, this is the exception. Ideally, the best move black is to give the way. Either go to the D5 or F5. Correct? But if black says, no, I'll not give the way, it's the opposite. Black goes here. White simply should move ahead. should create exactly opposite. If black moves from here to here, white should also go ahead. But that is not common. Common move is either black goes here or black goes. If black goes from this to D5, white goes from here to here. It is called outflank. So black give way, white outflank. So black goes here, white outflank. So after that, if black again comes here, white should again come here. Okay, you have to do that. Okay, but black, after black moves somewhere else, don't move the pawn. I'm telling you. See, now white goes here. Suppose black goes here. Most of people try to say, oh, my white, they try to move pawn here, which is blunder. You're going side by side, then you cannot. So that is the rule. Move away, then opponent side. Pawn should level sideways. We talked about it. We should not never do that. White kill challenge. This should be the opposition of opponent. White rules draw, we'll talk about it. So let's first do the leeches now. I'll show you this board. Let's apply all the rules. So you should tell me this what it is. E2, E2, E3 and E5. Okay. Let me go to the leeches. E2, E3, E5. So E2, E3, E5. As I said, if blacks move, white can win. So if black does this, white should not think anything, white should do this. Okay, it's a similar position. And then whatever, but black most probably will not do that. That is exception, that is very easy. Suppose black goes here, white will go here. Now tell me, Ishan or Divakar, what will black do? Black should not ever try to come here. Then it's anyway not a good position. What should black do now? I'll show you how white can win. What will black do? The best position. What is the best thing for black?
D6.
D6. Because it is not here. It will come here, it can give check also. Not D6. Now you can move. Don't move this too. You can move this. Now what black will do?
Simply block it. I
Where?
think. E6.
Here?
Hmm.
You will say I'm here. Right? You to always get this opposition. You have to always get that position. You say black, now please give me way, right? Black say, okay, I am doing this. White shall not go here. White shall go here. Outflanking. Again, black move. Black say, okay, I am going here. White is smart. See, it's a slow movement there. But that is the only way you can win. Slowly, here. Again, black say, okay, I am not going to give way. I'll do this. So this is not a good move. Not a good move. Because no black can do this. White can do this. So black may not do this. What black can do now? What is black? So tell me, shall we do this one first?
Yes, sir.
Do this. What should white do now?
Push
No
the
white
pawn.
can do this. Why? Because no, it's already out of the way. What black will do now? So black cannot come here, black cannot come here, black cannot come here. See the problem now for black? There was a bad move for black. So black cannot come 1, 2, 3, 4. What will black do? What should black do?
E6. Is it E7?
E7. Okay. Now what?
I think white should move the pawn.
No, but the moment white move the pawn, it is not an opposition first. Say white moves here. What will black do now? Black cannot go here. Black cannot go here. Black can come here. Black cannot. If black comes here, it's bad, right?
Yes.
Tell me, Divakar, what should black do now? What black should do? What's the best thing for black now?
So at present, the best thing is just because it can either come to the side of one.
Either it can come up here. Either it can come here.
Yes.
Then black comes here.
Or the 8th row only option.
No, at this time, white has to move this. King should be little ahead, and so what black will do? Black will not go back. There is no point, right? The problem with black is black cannot come here also now, right?
Yes.
So black is already lost now, right? Black will say, I'll go here, no point. Black will say, no, black will go ahead. That's too bad, right? Ideally, white can come here also now. Can you see?
But the better move will be D7,
Yes.
right?
But the problem is, black will come here. It's not a good move. See? It's not a good move. This is why I said, white. Let's say white come
Okay.
here. So black, see, king is more important, guys. Don't try to move pawn in hurry. No, black cannot come here, here, here. Right? So now, this is a better move. So whatever black does, what black will do? Either here or here, right? So black does here. Now you can agree? What I'm trying to say, how king is so important. Now if black moves here, what will white do? No, white say, okay, I'm happy, I'll be able to make the queen. So guys, those sequence you have to understand very well. But what if where was we? E2, E3, E5. Tell me other move. Say what black do. Tell me another move. Black will start now. White still can win. Tell me what black should do.
F6.
F6. What should white do, guys? Black is given the way. White has to outflank other way. Otherwise, you can't win. White has to do reverse. What will black do now? Tell me. See, you should try black to draw. Why should try to win? Tell me, everybody. What should black do now?
So at present, black can come to G5.
G5.
Can come at present because
Now what should ideally be done?
sir, white
Yeah,
pawn.
this is not a good move.
Let's
Because
say-
it's too
let's say
away
this
from
is
that
done.
enemy pawn.
Correct. But what should white do now? White should not try to move this. White can move king here. The moment white move king here, let's see how many positions is captured, right? Getting the idea? So no, yeah, this was not a good move, but this. No, even black does this. White can say, okay. Black say, I'll be very nearby still. White shit, I'll do this. King should be ahead of pawn, guys. And suppose let's again go this position. What other way? Let's say black has to move. So black has moved this, white has moved this. Tell me what black should do. Black is not going to G is not good. F5 or F7?
F5.
F5. What to do by what?
Check.
Check by pawn.
Okay. This is F4 is better or F6 is better?
F6.
F6. Now what?
Again pawn check.
You can do pawn check, or I'll prefer this also maybe. Why not
Right.
this? If you do this, black cannot come anywhere here. Black cannot come here. See this point? You do this, black comes here. Now, no, it's a draw almost. So understand, don't do that hurry. Got it? In this position, I'll suggest you to do this. I'm saying, guys, the basic rule is king should be ahead. Pawn should not be side by side. The moment, guys, you are moving this, na, it's not a good move. It's a bad move. It's a bad move. Don't do that. Move this. What black will do? Tell me. Black cannot come anywhere here, right? Black cannot come any of these four. That's a strong thing, right? Either black can go here or go away. Going to G is bad. So black will say, okay, nothing else I can do here. No, you move this. Okay. First, get the what's the rule I said? King should escort the pawn from the front. Now again, what black can do? Black say no, no, no. See how we are trying to push. Black say either can go G, G is not good. Black say okay here. What will white do now? Are you saying white should do this? I say no. Do this. Because this is blocked, this is blocked, this is blocked, this is blocked. See? Black say I'll go here. Okay. No, you can do this. Why? Because king is ahead. Now obviously black can go here or here. Tell me which is better move from black. No, black is losing.
Is it F8?
F8. Now what? No, very simple. Because this is put this. Black cannot come here. Black will come here. I'll say my queen is there. Correct. See how king position is so important, guys. This is a very basic mistake, but you should always master this. Hope this is clear. This is what is end game. Two things I told you. First with the pawn and this. Second thing is the square thing. Second thing is three basic rules. No side by side. King should escort. And if black is this. But if I say if the position was like this, and it is white to move, so then guys it's draw. Because black is not giving the way, white is going ahead. If it is white to move, it's a draw. It's white to move, it's a draw. That's why it's important. I remember in the starting I said, case the game is about one move. Just one move difference is the winning and losing, right? It's all about that. If white's move, it's a draw. You have to just follow the king. But it should be in front of you. Just follow the king. Suppose it's white move. What will white do? Tell me. White will go here or here, right? If white goes here, guys, the best move is black should go here. Follow the king, okay? If you want to draw. Because black want to draw. Follow the king. Don't go other way. So these are the goals.
Sir, but then what happens if the pawn goes to E4?
E4. Check. Now what happens?
King.
There.
Cannot bring king there.
King cannot come here. King has to go here only or
Yes.
away. Here. So Achintya, no, whatever white does, it will be draw only. Because pawn is ahead, king is behind. It's a bad way. So whatever. Black obviously go here, here, here. The black goes here. What will white do? White cannot do this, right? What will black do now? I said a follow king. Because black doesn't want white to come ahead. See the point. It's all about black doesn't want white to come ahead. Because that's the principle. That's it. It will draw. We try so many. We try 40, 50 moves, it will draw. But if one move is wrong, go either side. Right, Ishan? So that is the basic rule. And it's a very standard, like you can say, this is what it is.
Method.
White will draw. How you draw? Just follow king, but stay in front. Stay in front of pawn. This is what you're trying, right?
And
So enough. In the last class, what we'll try some engines. I want everyone to learn engines. I want everyone to learn engines. Okay. I'm going to cover in the next class engines. Okay. So come prepared. I'll show you how to install engine and how to install the GUI. What is engine file, and we'll play some games using engines. Okay. Where I'll show you how to read the engines. What is +1, +0.5, +0.7 means. Okay. Enough. Let's move. We'll do next class on the coming Thursday. That will last class where we learn a lot of engines. You can ask more doubts also. Enough, guys. Thank you and bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye now.